is being sent. Okay. That doesn't sound very, we are having trouble. Oh, I don't want, oh, we're having trouble playing this video. Okay. So that looks like that's not going to work. Oh, I think we're there. I think we are there. Woohoo, I can see us on Facebook.
There's one new. Yes. Yay.
Sharing live stream. I think we're there.
You
So
are.
I will try and just keep an eye over here as well. Hello, Sarah. Hello, everybody. We're back.
Hello.
Coffee Club in the seventh dimension. Um, it's February, Sarah. How did that happen? We were going to start this up again in January. What
I
do you
don't know. I don't know. I'm not quite. I felt like you just did some sort of quantum leap and January just disappeared.
and suddenly it's February and it's like,
No.
crikey, January is typically for me, being a horse owner, can be a little bit of a feel like a bit of a long month, bit of a struggle. You come through December and you feel like winter's over, but it really isn't. But it's just like whooshoo,
Whistling
whooshoo.
whistling by for sure. I mean, the other day it was just like February for me. I never really liked February years ago, but now I love it. And it's kind of just think, oh, we're getting closer to spring. But
We
February's
are.
lovely as it is, and the sun's shining.
Well, this is it, isn't it? And I think this is the really big thing as well is that actually maybe I should record this as well, just in case. Um, just in case.
Say something wise.
Do you know, just I can see it over there, but Facebook doesn't look in the way that I'm expecting it to. I'm sorry, Zoom doesn't look in the way that I'm expecting it to. It still says preparing live stream. So I don't know. It looks like it's frozen over on Facebook as well, but that might just be. So I'm going to record it just in case. And we'll just in case. Belt and braces. I don't come from an IT background for no reason, you have to have
See,
more than one thing going on.
it
More than one
shows
thing
up,
going
doesn't
on.
it?
Yes. So going back, I mean, I think certainly for me, it's how life is now just means that um I just enjoy the day, no matter what. There's just it doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's blowing a gale, if I'm dealing with something that's coming up. It's just like everything is just perfectly okay, just as it is. No more worry or anxiety or struggle or kind of like railing against what's happening in the day as not being the way that I think it should be going. It's just all perfect, just as it is.
Actually, you just reminded me of something I used to say. Why me? When something was going on, why me? Why now? I don't say that anymore.
No,
No. And I'm not saying it's all lightness and
no, that's why I say
oh,
even when something's coming up, even when something's coming up, even when, like at the moment, I've got a bit of an issue with my back that's gone into my knee. And I'm just like, okay, well, I just I booked myself a Bowen appointment. Can't get until next week. That's fine. I'll make sure I keep moving and stretching and doing some stuff to strengthen it whilst I'm waiting. And it just is what it is. And it's not kind of like oh my God, why is this happening to me right now?
yeah, yeah. I mean, Monday I was poorly when we were on that call. I was really
Yes, you were.
feeling well at all. And it was just like, well, you just, get on with it.
It
And
doesn't take you out, does it? It doesn't take you out at the knees, which
no,
is poignant for me.
yeah, it's
Um,
that feeling of you don't feel as if you get wiped. Yeah, you get wiped off the planet. Whereas before, if I'd been going through something, I'd have been whatever it was, I would have kind of probably hidden.
yeah,
I'd probably hidden away and not wanted to talk about it or share it with anybody. And I would have just kind of just hunkered down.
Yes. Going down the hole, I used to call that.
Yeah, like,
Close the curtains, turn the phone off,
yeah, yeah.
hide.
And it would take a long time, or could take a long time to
Yeah,
come
to
out
come
the other
back
side.
out again. Yeah, could be days, could be weeks.
Whereas now it's kind of a bit more,
Yeah,
sometimes it's instant. It's like walking through a door. I love my doors. A doorway. And or it's, it might take a few days or something, or it might take a
yeah,
week, but it's not, you don't feel grungy,
yeah, yeah.
like you can't get out.
Life still feels, or the day still feels good.
Yeah.
No, kind of like I should be doing this or I should be doing that. Um, so I tell you where January went. January went in a 21-day experience that we both joined
Oh yes.
that was being organised by my lovely recently new friend Darcy Volden, who I went live with in December, I think, or it might have been just into the new year actually. Um, and we had this 21-day experience where we were on calls every day, although I didn't choose to go on every day because some days it was just like, you know what, today is I am full, I cannot take on anything else, and watch the replays instead. But it was very much a container, wasn't it? Very much an energetic container of um, mostly women who are on this, I don't know what to call it anymore, spiritual path, ascension path, growth path, 3D to 5D path, fear to love path,
Really?
whatever, but living life basically from a higher vibration, from a higher vibration. Um, and it was there was a it was pretty it was powerful.
There was definitely some socking stuff in there.
Yeah. And I think that kind of like that whole idea of a container, for a want of a better word, is where um everybody's in wanting to go in the same direction. It's like a group that all want to go, they're all wanting the same thing, and that is to shift the limits and the blocks and live life from a much more peaceful, joyful, abundant place. That's how I like to look at it. Um, so that was pretty pretty amazing. So I think that's probably where January went.
Yeah, because I don't think you realised you just join another group that night or follow it
Yeah,
up during the day, and you're going through so many different things, and you're listening to extra meditations, or
yeah,
thinking about what they've talked about. And I definitely think the energy for January
yeah.
was in a completely different sphere.
Supercharged,
Yeah, it was
supercharged.
being in that container. It's just a really lovely energy. And
Yeah,
you popped up and down a bit, but it was just, that constant um, reset, I think.
yeah.
Reset.
Well, just shifting more stuff out, isn't it? We're clearing different layers and levels of things. There's a lovely image actually that came out of that was, you can feel sometimes like you're going around in a flat circle and you keep coming back on, it feels like you're coming back on the same thing each time. And then you say to yourself, well, crikey, I thought I dealt with this. Why is it coming up again? But actually, when you look at it as a spiral that's going up instead of being flat, a flat spiral, a 3D spiral, then yes, you're coming back around. It might feel like you're revisiting the same thing again, but actually you're clearing the next level of it, the next, there you go, the next layer of it. Because there is no there to get to, there's no kind of like point of perfection where, well, there might be, but that might be the time when you no longer need to be in earth school, as Peter Sage used to call it. We're in earth school.
Yeah.
Um, and it's all about looking at the things that limit us and seeing how we can overcome them, surpass them, clear them.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to go looking for them though, really, do you? They just seem to come up.
They do. They
Here.
arrive right in front of your face if you are.
Yeah, it's if
If
you
you and
recognize.
then it's just then it's about not fighting them, isn't it?
That's
It's
the
about
hardest
just
part.
allowing them to be. Yes.
That is
So
the
I can
hard.
see a little eye on the Facebook Live, which suggests that somebody is out there. Hello, whoever it is out there listening to us now. If you could say hello in the comments or give us a little love or a like or something, if you don't mind being seen, that would be awesome. It's always good to know who's listening. So the other thing that made January go very fast for me as well was I ran a workshop at the beginning of January, and was basically looking to start a new group Akashic Records clearing um, program this month, which I have done. But what came out of that was that there are lots of people that are really, really interested, but there are lots and lots of people out there that are have money blocks, scarcity issues, that whole thing around finances, that kind of it can be a bit gnarly, can't it? I think it's one of the biggest things that we deal with out of everything that can come up.
For sure.
So Sarah and I have decided this is the little announcement that I mentioned.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Rock, rock, please. Um, we were kind of looking at a way to we want this to be inclusive. We want it to be easy for people to say yes to, um, as far as finances go, if it's the right thing for them. And so I'm gonna. How about you? You can go. Otherwise, I'm talking all the time.
Well, I think the idea came to us when we realized how grateful we were
Yes.
to share the journey.
Oh, I still am.
Ah, I was thinking about when we were thinking about it.
Yes.
That we've been able to share our journey with each other
Yeah.
because it's sometimes it can be quite difficult in terms of how you're processing, especially early on when you've got so many, you feel like you've got so many triggers and you're learning to recognize things and that you don't have to understand them, you don't have to go down a wormhole. So that companionship that we've been able to
Yeah.
just pick up the phone. We're on WhatsApp chat, and I think at the start it was just like, oh,
Yeah.
and it was just constant. And that it's just a really beautiful thing to have and has helped me, I know,
Mm.
immensely
Oh, and me too, definitely.
to I'm going to say the word progress, but to be on this journey and to, things that I recognize now, just in the journey as alone are completely different to where we started this. But doing it together, I feel like I've got, there's like a mini me
Yes.
back at me, but it's you,
Yeah.
and we realize that bit of it,
The
that bit of
support.
the journey, the support is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's what keeps you on track. It's what stops you falling off, whatever it is you want to call it, and keeps you going, keeps you staying committed to the things that you want to do. Um,
It's not as in an account like in the old days we'd have said, well,
yeah.
we need an accountability part.
No.
It's not like that at all. It's this idea of sharing and
Yes.
being part of each other's energy,
Yes.
and that container like we experienced in January. I mean, the whole thing, oh, I'm just
Yeah.
going lovely. It's just that idea of helping others and
Yes.
all being together
Yes.
and
Yes.
going on this journey. And
Yeah.
that's, the journey I don't think ever ends. I just think
No,
it's
it does not. It does not. It
because there
does
is so
not.
much.
Yeah.
It's
And we want to be able to offer guidance, don't we? And kind of take people on a little on a on a journey. And we were also talking as well, weren't we, about how differently we approach things.
yes, yes.
So I
That is,
am very much. Right, let's get on with it. Sit down, do it. Come on. Um, and I have to tell myself to slow down, to stop. And I can do that now. I didn't used to be able to do that, but I've learned to do that now. To allow and to not being in that control seat so much. And you are,
um, maybe more considered from my heart. I feel things.
oh well, I do all of that as well, but yeah,
Yeah, but I don't go out the door
no, no,
fast.
you're a slower burn.
Yeah,
And magnesium. Zoop.
yeah. It's just that
Although my magnesium, I am kind of drifting back
you, oh
towards
well,
the,
yes, I would say, I mean, this is not about critiquing each other, but I would say that you are, yeah, so connected with yourself
yeah.
and everything around you.
So we wanted to come from it from that as well because we know that there are so I guess so the idea of so an online membership, that's what we're going to create, aren't we? We
Yes.
are creating, it's called the Akashic Soul Sanctuary. And it's a place for people to get together. We're going to look at starting out meeting twice monthly on Zoom. And then we want what we wanted to build in with these kind of pathways to getting started, learning how to prioritize yourself, because that's what we realize is the can be the most difficult steps to start with, isn't it? Is prioritizing yourself to actually, be able to take 10 minutes at the beginning of the day and do some things to set yourself up, do your meditation. Um, and and as we were looking at this, we recognize that some people get overwhelmed more than others. Um, some people like to dive in and run, and that's okay. So we going to cover that from both angles, because obviously Sarah is is um is a
It's hard
slow
to describe,
burn.
isn't it?
I'm a fat Yeah, it is a faster burn. So having this kind of where we can set up some we've called them pathways, but it's really about, okay, what's the smallest thing you can do to get started, and then if you want to do more, then these are the things you can add on. So we'll meet you where you're at, not try and make you do things too much that's too much for you to start with, or slow you down too much if you want to go a little bit faster.
Yeah. Small steps. It's building that muscle or
Yeah,
building that, well, muscle's probably as easy as
yeah,
anything.
it
It's
is.
just so that you feel that you can do it. And you
Yeah,
can. You
yeah.
can.
It's
It's
helping you to gain the momentum to be more self-sustaining. But also equally, we environment is a huge piece of this. The things that you listen to on a daily basis, the people that you're around, um, and it's it's important to have an environment that kind of understands what you're going through and also is doing the same thing. So you've got people to talk to. You can say crazy things to them.
yeah.
Like, I'm going up to the seventh dimension, or things like that. Or what was it? Or I've got a new spirit guide called Deborah.
Yes. Oh wow. Yeah. What a sexy name.
It doesn't matter. So, all that kind of thing that you probably can't tell your work colleagues, or maybe your husband or your children. I mean, maybe you can, in which case that's amazing. But it's just that having that environment that supports you on the journey that you're going, and knows exactly what you're going through, and can, help to hold you when you're not feeling really great, and to celebrate with you when things, and and when you feel an energetic shift that perhaps is difficult to describe, but someone that's been through it knows exactly
Exactly
what
what.
that's about. um and then inside of that, I also wanted to be able to offer people a way to go through the Akashic Records clearing program, but at a much lower monthly cost. and over a longer period of time to to do that clearing, but also to be in this container then for that longer period of time that will actually help you to um, really solidify the things.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the, when you think about how we did it, it's, there's quite a slow burn afterwards as well,
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
And
In fact, most of the stuff comes
yeah,
afterwards, if it's true. So
it's
to have
quite,
that to be part of this online membership as well as you're going through that process and having that slow burn, it really allows you to deeply embody it, I guess.
yeah,
Because it's easy to do something and then to go, oh well, I've done that now and on to the next thing. And actually really it's allowing all the gifts that are delivered afterwards by being
in that space.
in that space. Yes, yes. So the Akashic Soul Sanctuary, and we kind of, we have these different levels, so you can join at whatever level feels comfortable for you. Pathways,
Pathways.
because it is really about the journey. It's not about a destination. It's not about I'm going to practice some manifestation techniques that will allow me to get X, whatever X is, whatever that thing is you think you want, that you when you get there, then you'll be happy and it will all be good. Because I think one of the biggest realizations for me actually is that it is flipping J word again. It is about the journey. It is about actually being everything being perfect in the now, no matter what's going on. And you can still head towards X, but X, that's just a direction you decided to go in.
Yeah.
It's not the be all and end all about whether or not you end up on X. You might get X plus plus plus.
Yeah, it's not about the things you think you want to manifest something. That's the biggest shift.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted, well, actually, I don't.
Yeah. And me as well. I'm just
I
like,
don't.
yeah, no, I don't, it's that's not to say that I don't still want to challenge myself in certain directions, and that's wonderful. But
feel
it just becomes part of the day rather than like, I'm not getting there. There must be something wrong with me. It's like, oh, there's clearly something else still there to figure out, and I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah. I always used to think about abundance in terms of finance, but
Yeah,
that's massively shifted in my head.
yeah, absolutely.
And that feels lovely.
Yes. So, um, so if you're interested to find out more about the Akashic Soul Sanctuary, so we're planning on it's 1 month today, 4 weeks time. We're planning our first session on the 6th of March. It's going to be 7:30 p.m. UK time, and we'll be meeting on Zoom. So if you're interested, then I did realize that Akashic Soul Sanctuary is ass.
And we can shake our ass. It's
There we go. So if you're interested, comment ass below, or if you're watching this on YouTube, then put it in the comments ass, and I will send you some details.
perfect. I love that. That is so me. Definitely.
And we'll send you some details, and then you can decide whether or not you want to join us. It's kind of an extension of Coffee Club, isn't it? It's kind of like the natural next progression. So rather than it just being you and I talking,
Yeah.
we're going to get everybody else involved as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I mean, and Coffee Club, like we said, was about a community, about
Yeah,
trying to share what we'd been
yeah,
through or going through, or and
yeah.
share the journey. But it's definitely a beautiful extension.
Yeah. So we're looking for founding members really at the moment because we haven't got all the bits and pieces planned out. We're just, we've got an idea of what we want to do, and that is we'll kind of have a little theme each month, but it's going to be small things to do. It's not about having a 3-hour morning routine or anything. We're looking at, you know, things to that you can start to do on a daily basis that are going to take you 5-10 minutes, and that you can build on, and then um, share as part of the community about what's going on for you, because somebody else will be going through the same thing, most definitely. And then we'll be building in some workshops, and guest experts, and other things that we've got ideas around. But it's going to start to build slowly.
Yes, because there is so much that
Yeah,
we
there
could
is, and,
do.
and really, we want your input as well. We want you to share with us,
What you
what
want.
you'd like, what would help you, because we know what helps us, but everybody's different,
Yes, absolutely.
most definitely. And Sarah and I really are kind of almost polar opposites in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
but that's kind of gives us, I think that's why we've come together, because we'll be able to, we understand you from
We're
both
two halves
directions.
and we make a
Two
wonderful
halves, yes. We
two halves
make
and we
a
make
whole.
a wonderful whole. So that whole as in, togetherness.
Not a. Oh God, now we're going to asshole.
You
We
see,
are
we're
the
quite
asshole.
normal. We're quite normal.
Oh, that's too funny. That is too funny. Um, so yeah,
That's fun.
yes, we're very excited about it. Hopefully we're not the only ones that are very excited about it. That some of you will join us, because otherwise it's it's not going to work. Um, and like I said, we've got room. We've. I'll send you the details. Put us, and we'll send you
Yes,
the
but
details. Yeah.
lots of times. But
Yes.
put the other bit.
And yes, it's community support, understanding, whilst also being able to prioritize yourself, and start to really get some momentum on raising your consciousness, raising your vibration, really being able to live from this space of peace and love and joy and abundance.
It's going to be a beautiful space.
It is. It most definitely is.
Okay.
So,
Space for time and noticing. That was one of my notes to myself
yeah.
when I looked at my diary, my journal. So it was really nice.
And you don't have to do anything you hate doing.
No.
We're not going to say you have to do it this way. We'll give you options. I hate journaling. I just, you know, I've got a little rhythm going of what I do in a morning, and an evening, and it's really nice, and it doesn't involve writing a whole lot of stuff. I'm not very good at visualizing, so I don't like visualizations. I'm not a big fan of the affirmation, because again, that don't found that that's worked very well for me. That's not to say that they can't work very well, and if you want to do some of that, you absolutely can. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Equally,
No. And it can be instant. It doesn't have to be hours of work. You can do
no, no,
every
well, because we're very much it's going to be Akashic Records focused, and we found that to be like zoom
yeah.
in comparison to the other things that we've done.
Exciting.
It is very exciting. It is very exciting. So, ask in the comments, ASS, if you would like some details, or equally, if you want to reach out on Messenger to either me or to Sarah, then that is also absolutely fine.
You know,
Cool. Yes.
I think that's
Um, then I think we will end there, shall we?
safe.
Okay, half an hour, I think it's probably enough.
It's
Don't
enough.
want to go too long.
I know we're gorgeous, but
We are.
you can only have so much of a good thing.
You
Apparently.
can, it's very true. So actually, I do actually need to try and figure out how to stop the Facebook. Oh, there we go. Okay, I found out how to do that. So we're going to say goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. See you next time. We'll be back next week, same time, same place.